Well, Danica Patrick, she crashed the Boys Club of Race Car Driving years ago. She's established herself as one of the biggest names in the sport. And Danica is taking a detour from the track to join us on the couch this morning. First up, you really can't drive 55? Do you drive fast all the time?
I can drive 55 and a 35. No.
Wait a minute.
I can drive 55, but I'd rather drive 85.
Really? What's the fastest
But there's no more 55-mile-an-hour speed limit anyway. I just saw somewhere in the country's making it 80. I need to live there.
Where is it? Yeah, I think somewhere like in Texas or South Dakota. What's the fastest you've ever driven a car?
On the road?
No.
On the racetrack? Like 240.
240 miles an hour. I can't even come. Like, I get nervous when I hit like 82. Wow. You know? It's like my car starts to shake. So now you're here to talk about a different kind of vehicle, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us all about it.
Can go some of these speeds for sure. Maybe not 240, but the Can-Am Spyder. I feel like a lot of people have seen it. It's the three-wheel. Yep. It's its own thing. It's not a bike. It's not a motorcycle. Right? Yeah, it's two wheels in the front, one in the back. That's right. And yeah, I mean they're crashing into sort of the semi-bike category, but it's not. It's not a bike. It's a Spyder.
It is so
There's nothing like it.
Oh my gosh! What's the ride like?
It rides so smooth. When I first got it, they got me one for my birthday, and I got it and rode it over to a friend's house, and. Because I thought, heck, why not? It's a nice night. And rode over there, and it just, the bumps feel like nothing.
Really?
But it almost felt like I almost wasn't sure I was supposed to take it on the road, because it's open air like a bike, right?
Motorcycle.
But it's so comfortable, and it has so much stability, and the ride is so good. It is really. It's very straightforward to drive, but very fun to drive.
Well, I mean, what are these rated for, and how fast can you get these
anywhere? You can go, I don't know exactly how fast they go, but I mean, you can take them anywhere you want, anywhere that a car will go.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually, you can take them more places than a car will, because it can fit in more places. But
it's so fun.
They're really cool. It made, I think more than anything, what I liked so much about it is it made like the ride over 3 miles to my friend's house to go have dinner an event, right? It wasn't just get point A to point B.
Sure, yeah.
It made the ride really fun.
Yeah, which is probably really difficult for you, because I mean, you've driven so many different cars.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's part of your profession.
I guess, on some level, I'm hard to impress.
Yes, you are.
Think so.
She said it.
Not to go all geeky and green on you. These things get great gas mileage too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fun and ecologically suitable way to get around.
And Miley Cyrus just got one, so there you go. Yeah,
well,
there you have it.
Have a riding party.
So now you just had a race on Sunday. What is coming up for you this season?
We're just starting off our year in NASCAR, so it's we've had 6 events now. So we go all the way through until almost Thanksgiving, like the week before Thanksgiving. So next up is Texas. So we're off to Texas this weekend.
Now, what's your week look like? I mean, how often are you on the road? How often are you in training? What do you do? What does a NASCAR star do?
Well, there's the race weekend, which usually is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in that range of days. And then Monday, all of our race teams, we have Monday meetings, so we go to the shop. So I went to the race shop on Monday and sat with my pit crew and looked at pit stops. And then we sat down for a few hours with all the other drivers and crew chiefs and talked for a while and about all the things that we felt and the things that we think could be better. And then I'm here today. Tomorrow off, Thursday go to Texas. I mean, there's no one week that's the same as another week, but in general, there's usually 2 or 3 days, 3 days at the track, 1 or 2 in the shop, and then 1 appearance of some sort, and then maybe 1 day off.
Right, but you know what? You have to hear. You're a pioneer, obviously, in the racing world, and you have to hear from a lot of women and young girls about the influence that you have on them. So how does that feel?
It's cool. They're so innocent and pure, and they just, so when a young kid likes you, it feels really good. Yeah, and they can cheer up your day no matter what's happened on track. Some young kid sees you and wants to meet you, and actually it was really powerful. The other week I was racing in Fontana, which is outside of LA, and there was a girl standing off to the side, and she was probably 14, and she had my jacket, like race jacket, and so I said to one of my people, I was like, go grab her and bring just her over so I can sign her jacket. She came over and she started crying and like breaking down, and you're just like, wow, how can I do this to somebody?
Right.
Yeah, but
what about, I mean, is there still any kind of animosity or resentment in the kind of the old boys club of what was racing?
Sure, there's probably some new boys too that don't like me.
Right, yeah.
I think that
that's not going to stop you from doing what you love.
Yeah, I think that you you just have to be true to yourself and who you are and stand your ground, and you just accept that some people are not going to like you and some people are, and that's great. I'm very fortunate. I have tons of wonderful fans and lots of great friends in racing that are drivers and crews, so I don't have it bad. I'm not worried at all.
And I mean, take a look at her. You know, I mean, she really doesn't have it bad. So now, is the focus now just NASCAR, or are you going to try to branch out and do other things?
Just, you know, I did IndyCar for a long time, and then I did IndyCar and NASCAR for a couple of years, but now it's just NASCAR. And shoot, like I said, I just had a birthday when I got the Spider for my birthday, and I'm getting old. I don't have time, for another career, so not at least in racing. So I like what I'm doing.
I will say this. I must confess, you're so diminutive. How much? How tall are you?
Like 5'1".
And you're. Yeah.
Our EP is like 4'11". She's loving it.
Yeah.
She's fine.
I'm like 5'1" and a half, or 5'1". It varies in that inch.
Yes, but you want it to count. Absolutely.
You know what? It makes a difference. Percentage-wise, it makes a difference.
Is it easier for you to get in and out of these cars, and do you have an advantage because of your size?
As far as size, it's easier to get in and out. It's not easier to fit the car because everything has to be brought towards you.
Yeah, right.
But it's you can move some of the weight around a little bit, so maybe it's a little bit of an advantage, maybe. But then again, I'm smaller, so it's harder work for me.
Quickly before you go, I know we have to go, but you are such a savvy businesswoman. What kind of advice can you give to women who want to build their brand? Is there anything that you've learned that you want to
The most important part is being true to who you are and being honest and authentic. If you can't be those things, then how can anyone believe what you're doing? So, you know, some people might not like what I do or what I say or how I look or anything like that, but at least they can respect my honesty to it and consistency.
That's great. Thank you.
And
so
I'd like
much.
to meet the people who don't like the way you look. One of those people. Danica, Patrick, what a treat.
Yeah.
All the best with the new.
Thank you for having me on the couch.
Oh, thanks. Hang out. Yes, absolutely.